Hello and welcome to episode 63 of Dragon Ball Speak, a show where we summarize and review every episode of Dragon Ball Z, and we rate them each on a scale of 1 to 7 stars. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon.
And I'm Wesley.
And this is Dragon Ball Speak, episode 63. Big 6-3. I'll tell you one thing. I bet you weren't expecting the Chobi arc.
No, and it's I wasn't expecting to how do I say this, go through arguably one of the best anime arcs of all time.
No one really expects it, and it being a 15-minute long arc is definitely like outside of Dragon Ball Z tradition.
It's risky and it's ballsy, but I think it pays off.
But Chobi, as they say multiple times, is a character we've known since the beginning.
Yes.
Chobi is a character we've known since Gohan was a kid.
Same with JoJo.
Toto. He says like Toto.
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 Joby's dad.
So, okay. The only reason that this episode is not listed as filler is because of the last 3 minutes straight are not filler. But it starts off in the beginning and they're in like Goten and Gohan are like in the net in some bird nest and they're like, Chobi's gone. And the egg is like cracked and
it felt like a fever dream. It was one of those moments where I like was writing down the episode title and then I look up and I'm watching the show and I was like, did I miss 10 minutes of the show already somehow? What is going on?
So it felt like, towards the end, like when Gohan almost says his name in front of Videl when he's like Saiyan, it feels like they started with that. They're like, okay, we want Gohan to say, hey, it's me, it's Go, and then do something else. And they were like, so how do we do that?
Dinosaurs.
We create dinosaurs characters who they act like they've known. I guess they've known off screen all this time. We just anyway. So Satan's reviewing like his fights, and he's like, oh yeah, he's drinking himself a brewski, and he's talking about how the last champion before he started being champion is Goku.
Yeah.
And then he talks about like how he's a sham and everything.
It doesn't even make sense that he thinks Goku is the champion, right?
Goku is the previous champion because he won against Piccolo.
Oh, I was thinking of the tournament with Cell.
Oh, yeah, no. He's talking about like the World Martial Arts.
He just kind of forgets about that.
They kept on, it actually really was bothering me. They kept on calling it the championship in this episode. It isn't called that. No, they did that many times.
That's for us American audiences. That's like some WWE shit.
I guess, but it's the World Martial Arts Tournament. It's the Tenkaichi Budokai.
It's a good game. PS2.
Yeah, I actually never played
Budokai 3.
Budokai 3, I played for like over 100 hours.
I
never played Tenkaichi Budokai. Which character did you play as in Budokai 3?
No world where I can tell you who I played as. It was at my friend's house, and I liked playing it, but I didn't know anything what was going on.
You have no concept of who you would pick?
No, I remember the art being cool.
Yeah, it's like 3D.
I probably picked Goku back then. Like, I'm the type of dude that's like, oh, I haven't played Mortal Kombat in a few years. Let's play, and then I pick Scorpion.
They have like everyone in that game. You can be like a Cyberman. You can be a Cell Jr.
Dang.
You can be, God, what else? Mr. Satan with a jetpack is an unlockable character.
Mr. Satan with a jetpack?
Yeah, because everyone else can fly, but he can't fly.
Dang. Is it not a 2D fighter?
It's like, if I remember, it's like a 2D fighter, but like...
It's like that Shonen Jump game.
Yeah, it's like all of the Shonen Jump games, basically. It's like an arena fight. It's not an arena fighter like Tekken, but it's like...
No, I know what you mean.
They're probably not great like now, but man, I love those games. So the circus guys kidnapped Chobi, the baby dinosaur, for the circus, and Goten's like, Gohan, you have to go save him, and Gohan's like, don't worry, I'm going to. And then it just cuts and he's at the circus.
And he's breaking open the bars. He grabs the dinosaur. He fights a dude. And and then the movie becomes then the show kind of becomes like Godzilla for a little bit, for just a second. Because he's got the baby. He's running away. And then 2 kaiju come in. Yeah,
the parents. And Videl shows up to get Chobi from Saiyan because Saiyan is stealing Chobi from the mob boss guy. So Videl, and she does the Black Widow in Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
She does the straight up like jump, wrap the legs around the head, spin around.
It was actually sick.
Yeah, it was sick. But
Videl.
But Gohan versus Videl, he's like trying not to embarrass her by like killing her. and she's like kind of distracting him, and so Chobi gets stolen again, and then the parents show up, and the parents are trying to get Chobi, and then he's like, guys, you know me, it's Gohan, but he like doesn't say the whole thing. And Videl's like,
it's Go. Finish it. I know what you were gonna say. You're Gohan.
Oh my god, that was awesome. So that's basically what happens, and Chobi's back. And then out of nowhere, we get like a little bit of exposition where Videl sees Gohan at school, and she's like, I know you're Saiyan. And he's like, okay. He's like, oh man. And then she's like, and then she's like, a little Riku in there. And then she's like, you have to sign up to fight in the World Martial Arts Tournament now because I know how strong you are. And if I'm going to win it, which I am, I want to make sure I beat you because I know you're strong.
Yeah. And
so he says, okay. And then she's like, also, you have to teach me how to fly.
This poor girl, she's going to get her ass beat.
Oh, my God,
by Gohan.
dude.
Well, Gohan, I don't know if he would do it, but we know, spoilers for the next episode, Goku's coming back to fight in the tournament. Goku's going to beat some ass.
Maybe Goku versus he would not throw a fight.
No, he wouldn't. He would be like, I have to, I mean, you signed up for this, so I'm gonna beat some ass now. He's going to beat up a little 14-year-old girl.
She's probably like 17.
He's gonna beat up a 17-year-old girl.
Maybe Videl's like the sleeper though. Like maybe we don't know how strong she is.
Maybe are we about to watch like Creed 2?
This is actually like the plot to Creed 3.
Oh my god.
Directed by Michael B. Jordan, screenplay by Michael B. Jordan.
Coming soon to a theater.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
Also, spoilers. My allergies are just fucking me up right now. So if I sound worse, that's probably why. If I look better, it's because I have this sick shirt on that Brandon got me for my birthday. And if what else can you be? If I stink, then
it's a little stink. There's a little bit of stink happening.
There's always a little stink.
I had me some PDQ right before this.
You like that PDQ?
I like that PDQ, big dog. I got me some. Last night I was gonna get PDQ after work. They were closed. They closed at 9. Well, they were just about to close.
Oh, they closed at 9.
I caught them. I don't know. Yikes. So I caught me some McDonald's.
Oh.
I caught me some crispy. I caught me some crispy chicken sandwich. The spicy.
Yeah.
Deluxe.
Like, I wish this was PDQ.
It literally made me want to drive off the bridge on the way home because the chicken tasted like bread. The bread tasted like stale bread. There was no sauce to speak of.
Oh, that's excellent.
And my Diet Coke didn't taste very good.
Damn.
And the fries, I haven't had McDonald's fries in a long time. Long time. Not even very good.
Yeah. I mean, if they're not fresh, then
they probably weren't fresh. The whole experience was horrible.
How's PDQ?
Oh my God. Well, now talk about night and day.
Yeah.
So the PDQ action, I got me a 4-piece tenders meal. I held myself back from the 5 for once. Dipped it in the sweet sriracha. That was amazing. The chicken has like the what's the word? Like the fibers of chicken. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you can tell it's a good piece of chicken. And the fries are okay. Pretty good.
Yeah, their fries are.
Diet Coke was good. They have a freestyle machine. I could have done a Diet Cherry Dr. Pepper, but I didn't feel like saying all the words.
Yeah, I feel that. It's always weird when places have freestyles in the drive-thru because I'm like, how wild are you gonna let me get?
She said to go wild. I asked.
Really?
Last time I asked,
Dang.
I said, "Tell me, can I do the freestyle?" And she was like, "Do the freestyle."
Mad respect.
Mad respect.
Shout out to PDQ.
Yeah, they're
My
dedicated.
mouth is watering now.
Thanks, Tim. So compete in the tournament. Videl did research on Goku's family. She realized that she basically puts together that Gohan is Goku's son. Goku being like, I wouldn't say like a famous figure, but like it is well known that he won that one martial arts tournament.
He's a fable now.
Yes, a fable indeed. And then we get to, what did you rate that episode? 2 or 4?
2
Called
out
Blackmail?
of 7. 2 out of 7.
2 out of 7. I gave it 3 out of 7.
Yeah.
2 out of 7.
I just
it only didn't get a 2 because of the last couple minutes.
Oh, we don't do the stars anymore. Sorry.
No time
viewers.
Yeah, it makes editing easier for Wesley, and it means more episodes.
Yes, except don't ask
anyway,
us about the last two.
Anyway. Moving on.
Episode 205. I'll fight too.
So there's a plane crashing, and we get a little Saiyaman saving the plane. I do like how they add these little snippets of Saiyaman being a superhero.
Color palettes were all weird, right?
In the very beginning,
just this little scene section.
It could have been a lighting thing.
It might have been a lighting thing because it was all just like much darker tones of green and orange. But
I didn't notice, but maybe.
Yeah.
So the Saiyaman stuff, like, that we've seen up to this point so far in the manga is like actually very short.
Like a chapter?
Probably a few chapters. Anyway, so Saiyan saves a plane. That's all good. He goes to Bulma's house and he's telling Bulma about the blackmail from Videl, how he has to fight in the tournament. And we go from 0 to 100 real quick because last episode was not much. And then this episode, we get 4 major revelations or like plot points that get dropped essentially out of nowhere. So why don't you tell me what happens after Gohan tells Bulma that he is going to fight in the tournament. Also, Trunks is kind of a savage about the outfit.
Yeah,
He's very rude.
That's where I'm starting. So
okay, go ahead. Go.
Trunks rips Gohan's Saiyan outfit apart.
I do need you to rate the new fit, like with the no helmet.
So we have a new fit, and he's dropped the helmet, and he's going with like a turban type. No, they call it a turban. They call it a turban. Okay. And
sunglasses.
I think it looks way cooler.
Really?
Yeah, I think this shit looks fire. I don't know. It's also familiar. I put new Saiyaman looks very familiar. Don't know where I've seen it or why it's so familiar.
I bet there's like a really popular meme that shows it. I wonder.
It might be that because I was like, I've seen this before. But that shit is fire.
Have you seen? I guess you could call this a spoiler, but it's a meme where it shows Gohan in that outfit and he's like getting upset about something and he just hear, no, don't do it, but it's always like in reference to like, I don't even know, like a hot girl's like picture or like what else is it on Twitter, like I don't know, I'll have to show you.
Maybe that's where I've seen it, but I have seen this before.
I'm telling you, we'll get there and something will click.
Yeah,
I can't really describe too much, but or maybe I'll show you around that time. I butchered it, but yeah.
So Gohan's got the new fit. He's ready to fight, and he's like, I'm probably going to win this shit. And then we hear a familiar voice who's like, well, you can't win if I'm fighting. And I am. And it's Vegeta. He's back.
He looks like a bamf.
Yeah, he has been... he reveals this to Gohan. He says, you've been kind of a little bitch in school all these years, and guess who has not been? Guess who's been in the gym? Guess who's taking steroids?
And Vegeta did not take one day off.
No, not a single day off.
And Gohan did not train one day.
Furiously masturbating after every gym session too. Vegeta's that kind of guy. You can just tell. Kind of like The Rock. I think The Rock has talked about that on Instagram before.
Oh, really? He jerks off a lot? I was unaware.
Yeah, Vegeta's back. He's ready to fight, which is interesting because Vegeta said he's done fighting.
He said, I will never fight again.
And this is funny because I was in my head, I'm like, he'll fight again when Goku returns and he'll want to beat Goku's ass. But for now, he doesn't know Goku's coming back, so he's settling with beating his son's ass.
Yes.
He's like, you know what? Goku's not coming back, so I'm going to beat the fuck out of his son. Like, somebody's got to pay for what happened to me 7 years ago.
I will say I do think that, like, a tournament, like, is a little different than, like, fighting an enemy.
It's still funny.
It is.
Because he didn't fight in the last tournament with Mr. Satan, so, why didn't he fight then?
Because no one worth fighting was fighting. Gohan's worth fighting.
We'll see.
Well, unless you think Mr. Satan... Do you think Mr. Satan is, like... Well, he's obviously going to be in the tournament, right? Because he's the champ. Do you think that he'll fight any... Okay, say it right now. If he fights one of our main cast, which one will it be?
Not Gohan.
Who will it be?
Vegeta. I hope it's Vegeta. I hope Vegeta just, like, stomps him.
Vegeta would probably...
Gohan can't really do it because Gohan is interested in his daughter.
So, you think there's a little love action going on there?
I think so. I mean,
he did ask her on a date.
Yeah, and he was flustered when he was on the date with the other girl and not her. Mm-hmm. Also, I see what you're doing, Toriyama. Come on.
What?
They drive in the cars together in the little commercial break.
Oh,
they got little Goten picking up the car, which spoilers. Now I know why he can pick up a car.
What's funny is besides that, you didn't even notice Goten in that eye catcher like for the first 3 episodes that we didn't know existed.
Because I thought it was baby Goku or something. I was like,
I literally was like wondering if you would say something and you didn't, and I was like, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's crazy, man. Like, if you don't know something's a spoiler, a lot of the time, I wore a Goten shirt in front of you on camera many times.
I never would.
But I was like, he's gonna think it's Kid Goku.
Yeah, and I would have.
It was the light blue shirt that I wore, and it has a little Goten right here, and it has Goku on the back.
Never even noticed that. That's
maybe
so
I'll
funny.
show you. But
What was I about to say? Oh yeah, anytime the commercial break comes on, I don't really notice what's on screen because I'm focusing so hard to try to hit the timing of the music because it's
always
the weirdest
different,
timing in the world. Anyway, that's bomb drop number 1 or 2.
So Vegeta will fight in the tournament that Gohan will also fight in.
And then we hear an ominous voice coming from the heavens, and it's Goku, and he's saying, I'm going to fight too. Again, it's hilarious. He's got this ability to talk to his family. He hasn't for years. They
literally say, like, it's so good to finally hear you.
And it's only because he wants to, like, say, I'm coming back to fight. Also, we cut to heaven, and we find out the reason that Goku is entering the tournament is because he's been given 1 day. He's earned enough good credit to come back for 1 day. Also, it's just so funny that he's coming back on, the day of a tournament. He could have a whole day hanging out with his family and his 2 kids, who one of them he doesn't even really know. And
I don't even
hang out with Chi-Chi, but he's like, nah, I'm going to fight.
I don't even know that he knows that Goten exists.
I don't think he does.
So it's not about earning goodwill. Do you remember? Well, no, I remember. Basically, like anyone who keeps their body, fortune teller Baba can bring them back to Earth for 1 day.
Oh, okay.
You remember that with when he fought his grandpa Gohan in the first series?
Yeah. So that's all it is.
Yeah.
So he gets.
I think they just added some like
single day,
BS.
And
yeah, like it's 24 hours that you can come back to life.
These tournaments don't even last. They last longer than 24 hours. I feel like sometimes. Maybe not actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. They didn't.
I think in the first ever tournament, I think it was multiple days, but it's pretty vague. I mean, who cares?
Yeah, so he's coming back to fight, and he tells Gohan he makes a point to be like, tell your mom I'm coming back. And as we talked about last episode, we know why. We don't have to do the math. We did it last episode quite accurately. As Ryan pointed out in the comments, we did not miss any of the numbers or early calculations. We nailed it to a T. So he's at least getting 3 sessions in probably. But then you've got the tournament that changes things. But we don't have to dive into that. But he wants Chi-Chi to know he's coming back to town.
What if Goku had a daughter instead? Do you think that would have been cool?
Yeah, that would have been sick. Just to like
diversify.
Yeah, because Android 18 is the only girl that's really doing anything in the show in terms of kicking butt.
Correct.
But now she's birthing babies. Spoilers.
Oh my god, you keep spoiling everything.
Bomb drop number 3 or 4. We go to Kami
No.
House. Oh,
not yet. So Gohan's excited, right? Vegeta's super excited. He's like, I can't wait to finally beat you. Like, it'll be easy. Goku's like, well, that's not true. Blah, blah, blah. Everyone's really excited. Gohan flies off. Gohan gets to star in a Saiyan movie.
Oh my god. I didn't even take a note on this because I was like, what is happening?
He accidentally shows up on set to a Saiyan movie dressed as Saiyan. The guy ain't cutting it, man. The guy ain't cutting it. So Gohan jumps in to be the actor for Saiyan. They're like, this guy doesn't even look like Saiyan. And he's like acting a little bit and he's like being silly. And they're like, you're acting nothing like Saiyan. And then he flies away and they're like, wow, that was Saiyan.
Yeah.
That's it. It's about 5 minutes of...
Such a waste of time.
Yes.
Also, he stops like a Boeing 747 from crashing. I didn't even know we had those in this universe. The universe expands, so take notes, ladies and gentlemen. We have planes that look like Boeings now. So we fly to Kami House. Why does that sound wrong? Kami House? Master Roshi's house, which is Kami House.
Yeah.
And there's a little dude there with black hair, and I was like, who the hell is this? And then we break the fourth wall to let me know because I needed it. Gohan's like, this is Krillin now. Since he's not fighting, he grew his hair out. And I was like, I don't like it.
Oh, really?
0 out of 10 fit.
You don't like the hair?
No.
You think it looks silly?
I think it especially accents that he doesn't have a nose. And so he looks like a Mii character. Is that what they're called? The Miis? Yeah.
They're just called Miis.
And I miss his little 6 things on his forehead because those are sick. And I like him when he's bald. I don't know. Who is this guy? Who is this city slicker?
Will he ever shave again?
Yeah, he better. I think he wants to. I just think he's trying to appease Android 18. Which, speaking of Android 18, or is it 17? No, it's 18.
18, yep.
Krillin has been laying the pipe.
He did officially lay pipe. Krillin is canonically no longer a virgin.
Yeah, so we're the virgin ranks are getting smaller and smaller. We've only got a few.
Gohan.
Yeah, and Gohan's still kind of like a teenager, so he's got time. I guess there's a time limit that you can be 18. A virgin in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, no, time's running out. Time's running out. Who else is a canon virgin?
Probably the
Future
turtle.
Trunks. Probably Turtle for sure. No, Turtle definitely like lays some pipe. Moving on.
Yeah.
Piccolo's in too.
Well, hold on. Krillin has a little kid.
Oh, yeah.
With Android 18, which we don't even have to try to figure out how that works.
Because she's not a robot. She's altered on a genetic level. And
Sure.
she also had a bomb inside.
And so, okay, so give me this. Let me wipe this nose real quick. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. So let me give you this scenario.
Okay,
so,
we liked it.
So you've got you've got a girlfriend. Okay.
Yes.
You guys are with each other for a while. You know, you're doing your thing, and then you break up.
Okay.
Then you marry a new girl.
Yeah.
And you guys are having a daughter.
Okay. Yay.
And do you pick a name that isn't your ex-girlfriend's name, or do you pick your ex-girlfriend's name?
I personally would not pick my ex-girlfriend's name.
So Krillin chose his ex-girlfriend's name. Their baby is named Marin. It's weird. I respect Toriyama. I know he was probably just like, you know what? Marin.
Well, Toriyama, Marin doesn't exist. The blue-haired Marin.
Yeah.
So he has nothing to do with it. But I don't know if they named her Marin. Like, the manga was already up to the point where Krillin has a kid named Marin.
Oh.
And, like, they named her Marin, too, for some weird reason. Or I don't know if it's the freaking craziest coincidence ever. But one of them has one R and one of them has two R's. I'm pretty sure his daughter has one R.
Well, look at that. They saved themselves.
Was she cute?
Yeah, she's a cute little baby.
She's like a little blonde girl version.
I hope
of
she grows up
Krillin.
to kick ass.
Yep.
Is she in Super?
It's complicated.
Oh, a little time travel.
We don't do time travel in this show, so nice try. It's the one major thing that we like that doesn't have time travel.
True. Krillin's got hair. Piccolo, he's ready to fight. He's gonna do it, but
Yeah.
not before roasting Gohan.
On the fit, bro. Everyone's so mean about the fit.
I know, it's weird. Gohan goes up to, don't tell me, Korin's Lookout? No. Kami's.
Well, not anymore.
Place.
Dende's Lookout.
Dende's grown up now a little bit, which is weird. For some reason, I didn't think that they grew up, even though I know Piccolo is older. So
Piccolo grew up in like 3 years in the original series.
Yeah. Piccolo roasts Gohan's fit first, and Gohan's like, "What the hell? I'm gonna beat your ass in the tournament." And Gohan's flying off, and he's like, "Why is he roasting my fit? Is it because he's jealous because I don't have the little booties that he's got and the little shoulder pads?" And he's like, "Wait a second, I wore something like Piccolo a long time ago when I saved the world from Cell. Maybe he's upset or jealous that I'm not rocking that anymore."
How do I know that that's completely different than what he actually said in the Japanese version of the show?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he had like maybe a little internal monologue and they just completely changed it for the sake of trying to be funny.
Yeah. He was probably just like, "Man, nobody likes this outfit."
No, he's probably like, "I'm so excited for Piccolo-san to be a part of the tournament. I can't wait to see how everyone does."
And they're like,
that's like something he would
2 minutes
say.
of dialogue.
They're like, "No, let's make it yeah, his little booties are pointy." Like, I don't know. Yeah, Dende's tall now, and then he finally goes home to Chi-Chi. She's extremely happy. She allows Gohan to train only because the prize money is so much. And
So he can go to Harvard.
Yeah, Goten's there, and they say Goten's going to help him train.
Yeah. And we'll
That's
talk
it.
about how that goes soon. I give this episode a 4 out of 7.
I give it a 5. Just because of all the bombs.
Yeah, the bombs were cool. I think the reason I gave it a 4 was probably the airplane sequence or the movie sequence that I did not take notes of because
That's fair.
it was boring. But also, yeah, I don't know, just 4 out of 7. The
Sure.
bombs are cool. The next episode's much cooler.
Yeah. Episode 206, the newest Super Saiyan.
I did not write that down because you told me to not look.
Okay, let's talk. So yeah, Piccolo's meditating on top of the lookout. Dende and Mr. Popo are watching, and then he zaps a couple butterflies on accident, so Dende revives them. 18 is sparring with Krillin. I really liked this little sequence. It looked good, and it was kind of cute. Like, yeah, Krillin would get his ass destroyed by 18, as we all know.
Yeah.
He has before. Gohan with the blue gi. Tell me how you're feeling about the blue gi with the red belt, with him training with Goten.
It's hot. It's a good fit. It goes hard.
Yep. It's his best look so far.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. This one right here is
Actually,
fire.
my favorite is actually him, this one, but with the cape on.
Yeah. with the Piccolo cape.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one goes hard too.
Super Saiyan 1.
It's up there though. It's up there. It's sick. And yeah, it's awesome. Did we did we skip past the Goku talking to King Kai and all them? Because he talks to Grand Kai.
Yeah, it was just like a little fake thing.
Oh, okay. Because he hasn't trained him yet, and I was like, it's been 7 years, and he ain't
it's
trained him yet.
it's just don't pay too much attention.
You mean that arc is not a big part of the show?
That's the last time you're ever gonna see Grand Kai. I swear.
Really?
That's the last time you'll ever see Grand Kai.
He was the coolest. They should kill King Kai and then have Grand Kai in his place.
Grand Kai's gone. So yeah, 18 sparring. Yeah, Gohan. So they start training. Oh no, that was right here though. Yeah, he talks to Grand Kai, and Grand Kai is whatever. He says that he's not gonna train, or instead of training him, he's allowing Goku to go down and do the tournament. Do you think Gohan can still turn into a Super Saiyan 2 on command?
No. He had a really hard time doing it the first time. He needed the push from his dad, and he probably hasn't even tried to go that hard in years.
He did do it twice during the Cell fight. I think technically he goes back into 2 whenever Cell comes back.
Yeah.
But
he's still got the motivation. The world's on his shoulders.
But as we know, like the spike your hair and the lightning bolts is what characterizes the Super Saiyan 2, which he's obviously not doing here.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see.
He's in his Super Saiyan 1 state.
So you think that he would need like another catalyst to achieve that?
Maybe. Yeah, at this point I do, because he hasn't done shit in like 7 years.
He presumably, hasn't fought or trained in 7 years is what it keeps implying.
He's doing it as Saiyan, so.
Yeah. Okay, so
lots of dinosaurs. I just want to get that out of the way right here.
Mm-hmm.
Every shot has like a different dinosaur in the background. I don't know if you noticed. There's so many dinosaurs.
Well, Goten also like climbs on a big dinosaur.
Yeah, and there's like the red one. I think it was supposed to be Icarus, or something.
It wasn't Icarus.
Okay, just because he was just hanging out in the background, like just laying on the ground next to him.
So Goten goes out to train with Gohan. They're like doing this whole sequence, which is really cool, where they run far away to train, and it looked really good. And then, but Goten's like every time Gohan tries to do something on his own, Goten like does something really distracting because he's like less than 7 years. He's about 7 years old. Okay, so he like picks up a beetle and he's like, Gohan, look, and it's cool. And I do think it's endearing. Like he's supposed to be annoying in the sense that like he's a kid, but I do think he's endearing enough. I don't think he's as much as I don't think he is as much like Goku as Gohan keeps saying that he is.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so for example, like whenever they're like sparring and Gohan flies away and he's like, no fair, I can't fly. And then Gohan starts laughing and Goten is like, stop laughing at me, it's not funny. Goku would never say that.
Yeah, he would just be like...
He would like also laugh and be like, yeah, it is pretty funny.
Yeah. No, I don't really see those connections at all.
Obviously, he looks like him and he laughs a lot, but I do think they have very different personalities.
He doesn't have the like inherent innocence that I think Goku has. I mean, Goten is probably an innocent little child, but like something about Goku just like it takes one episode to be like, oh, he's like pure of heart, probably.
Yeah. So Goten distracts him a couple times. He's on a dinosaur one time, and Gohan gets mad because he's like it's dangerous. And then he has the beetle, and he has a lizard. And Gohan is like eventually kind of like snaps on him. And is like, look, this is important. We're not playing. We're training for something very important. So we need to be in this together. And he's like, I know you can throw rocks at me.
Oh yeah.
And so we have this whole sequence, which I really like, where Goten starts throwing rocks at Gohan, and Gohan's
goes
like
through a mountain, goes like through another one, and Gohan's like, that's weird. You're 7.
Let's move you back. Yeah, he's like, that's exactly. He's like, that's kind of strange.
Yeah,
that you can
getting some hints.
And then, so they're sparring after the whole rocks. He's throwing the rocks. They start sparring. No. So before they start sparring, he says, hey, since mom isn't here, is it okay if I be like you? And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, Super Saiyan. And Gohan's like, oh, it took me years and of hard training with my dad to turn into a Super Saiyan, but I'm sure you'll get there someday. And then tell me about the bomb, Wesley.
He just does it. It takes him like nothing.
I want you to tell me everything you feel about this.
I actually really liked it. It's a nice antithesis to...
the other
transformations that are these awesome big deals, and they take a lot of motivation and all this stuff. It's cool to see someone who's like already there, and we find out why right after, but
why with heavy quotation marks.
It's still cool to like the Super Saiyan gene is strong. and this dude's got it. And now I didn't take a note, but I actually think Goten, he might turn out to be like the most powerful of them all, because this is pretty unique, I'd say. 7 years old.
Do you not feel like this? Do you feel like this cheapens like Goku's first transformation, for example?
Not necessarily. This is like I don't know. It's Goku's genes on the third try, or 2 levels down. Like Goku's got strong genes, and he's Super Saiyan it up. I don't think any of the different transformations cheapen each other's, just because I like that they're all different. Like I don't think everyone needs to go through this cataclysmic event that's traumatic to get there.
I love your opinion, but I don't agree. First off, I do think it cheapens it a little bit. I do think it's a little silly. I will tell you that your opinion is the least popular in the community.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
No, a lot of people really don't like this. It's just kind of like, okay, so a kid who's like training with his mom just gets Super Saiyan one day. Like that's just it. And Goku, everything he went through, everything Gohan went through, you feel something when you see it finally happen because it means a lot. It is a contrast. I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. And most fans don't love it. But there is a theory. Goku did, as we've heavily discussed, he laid the pipe while in Super Saiyan form.
Oh my God.
So that baby Goten was conceived from a Super Saiyan.
Yeah, the semen was Super Saiyan.
It
charged up.
It was.
Yeah, so maybe that's you guys are all wrong. I'm on the money here. I've been saying these strong genes in Goku, they're popping up. Kid looks just like Goku. Ain't no Chi-Chi in him. Boom. There you go. Respect.
So they kind of start sparring. Like Gohan's like, holy crap, how long have you been able to do that? That's amazing. And he's like, oh, I don't know. I just kind of been able to, but mom said I'm a monster, so I stopped doing it. So Gohan's like pretty amazed, obviously, because Gohan was only able to do it when he was 11 because he had specific like characteristics, like his potential and his father and so on, and all the training. And even then, by the skin of his teeth. And then the Super Saiyan 2. But then, for Goten to do this is pretty insane. So, but yeah, they're sparring, and Goten still doesn't know how to fly, which is even crazier because he's now a Super Saiyan that can't even fly. Which
they mentioned Gohan's like this. You learn to run before you could walk.
Crawl. Yeah, literally, it's crazy. I just don't love the Super Saiyan Goten thing. But
you gotta respect the Super Saiyan, sex, man.
That has to be it. I mean, that is canon. Goku was Super Saiyan when Goten was conceived. That's not a theory. There's no argument. That is what happened.
I'm gonna go to the hub and do some research after this episode. So I can come back with a good answer next time.
Can you send me some of those? Maybe we can just watch together.
Some research.
Send me some research.
This is why Dragon Ball Speak is the best Dragon Ball Z review show, because we put in the hours. We put in the work. It's about drive. It's about power.
We do some training of our own, so to speak.
Yeah, lots of that.
So Videl finally shows up out of nowhere because Gohan's like, oh crap, I forgot I told her how I was going to teach her how to fly. And then what I really like about her showing up is that, they run back and then they're there and he's like, hey, don't go Super Saiyan around her. And he's like, okay. And then I love how she's so bullheaded, just like Gohan's mom, Chi-Chi, that they start arguing and like yelling at each other.
She's like, who are you? Why are you on my property? And she's like, I'm not here to speak to you. I'm here to speak to Gohan. Yeah,
they just start yelling at each other.
Yeah.
Stop calling it championships. That's one of my notes. They literally keep calling it the championships. What is that?
That's what this is. This is the championships.
They never used to call it that.
Dragon Ball Speak 20 or episode 63, the championships.
Maybe one day when we finally catch up on everything, when we've done Dragon Ball Speak, GT, Super, OG, Kai, or not Kai, because I say that to say when we eventually come back around to Kai, we should probably watch subs, and you will be getting a full new story. For example, it's not called the Championships; it's called the Tenkaichi Budokai. Anyway, that's it. That's the end of the episode. I gave it a 4 out of 7. What did you give it?
5 out of 7.
Nice. I do like that.
I'm a big fan. I liked the transformation, so I think that's probably where my 5 comes from.
And so do you think...
that's so funny. I thought I was like on the money. I was like, oh, dude, this is something that everyone loves because it's a nice antithesis.
We don't want an antithesis.
Y'all gonna eat me? Y'all gonna eat me alive in the comments?
That's not what any of us wanted. It had emotional weight, and now it doesn't.
I didn't know I wanted it till I got it.
That's nice. Yep, that's pretty much it, though. So you think Goten's going to be like a major player?
Now I'm not so sure. I thought that him transforming. Yeah, that's the right word. Transforming that fast was like a sign that he's like mega strong. Like
it could be. Yeah, I didn't say anything that implied otherwise.
But I'm getting some feelers that he's not going to be the new Gohan, which is kind of okay with me. I'm just so confused on where we're going. We have 90 something episodes left. We're doing a tournament arc now. If this show ends with a tournament arc, sick. If it doesn't, sick. And I have no idea what that's going to be.
What I need to know right now is that assuming one of the characters that we know wins the tournament, who is it?
Not Vegeta.
Okay.
I hope that Vegeta goes the rest of the show without winning. Let him be the new Yamcha. Not Videl. Mr. Satan, I hope, gets like his head decapitated in the first fight.
Do you still hate him?
I hate him so much. I hate him so much. I hate that he's still around. I hate that he's going to be a character I'm probably going to hear for the rest of this stupid series because
it's Videl, like King Kai.
Yeah, I hate it. Goku would make sense, but it seems so easy. Gohan seems easy, so I'm going to put my money on Goten.
You think Goten's going to win it all?
Yeah.
He's going to beat Vegeta.
I think he's going to go Super Saiyan 3.
Oh.
And just whoop some ass.
This is Super Saiyan above a Super Saiyan.
That was in the very first thing we ever recorded, Dragon Ball Speak Episode 0.
Yep.
Go check it out. Go watch that now. I should go watch that now and see.
Talk about
how little I did.
We were so like nervous.
Yeah. And
excited.
We didn't have our show personality. We were just like,
hello, this is Dragon Ball. I was like touching my hands. I was nervous. I was like, Dragon Ball Speak.
And now we're spending 10 minutes dissecting how many strokes Goku can get in with his wife.
If you missed that, go back and watch episode 62 because I promise you will enjoy it.
And do not watch it with kids around. It is extremely graphic.
If you watch it with kids around, prepare to do some explaining.
Yeah.
We talk a lot about sperm.
Mm-hmm. Strokes, pumps, girth, angle.
Speed of light equals MC squared.
Time travel as a result of pumping so hard.
I've actually experienced that. All right, everyone. That was Dragon Ball Speak episode 63. Please drop some support on us and come back next Saturday for episode 64.
Hey.